This is Personal Development Unplugged with Paul Clough.
In simplicity, there is genius.
In simplicity, there is genius.
So the longer, deeper episode, the dive into why you're stuck, or even what you're afraid of losing. We've touched a little bit on that, haven't we? Why are you stuck? See, I don't know, maybe a better question is, why aren't you doing it? You've done all the reading, haven't you? You watched all the videos. You've made those plans. You know exactly what to do. Yes, you do. So why aren't you doing it? Because here's the thing. I don't think you're stuck at all. I really don't. I think maybe there's a part of you doing a really good job of stopping you. What? Yeah, stopping you. And not because it's broken. No. But because it's trying to protect you. Yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? You see, some people say, I've done everything. But that's born out of frustration, isn't it? You know, as we say, you've seen everything, you read everything, you got the bloody T-shirt, haven't you? But sometimes we think, I'm overloaded now. Overloaded with information. We also find, did you find this? I do for myself. I get a spike of motivation. I'm going for it. I really am. And then, bugger, it drops off. Where's it gone? I'm starting, I'm stopping, bloody starting again. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but you start thinking, what's bloody wrong with me? Why the fuck can't I do it? Excuse me swearing. You know, all negative beliefs start to become real in my mind. I'm not good enough. You know, I'm bloody stupid. Why can't I just follow through? And then I get that wonderful belief, this always happens to me. And that's just self-fulfilling now, isn't it? But here's the thing. What if it's not about discipline at all? Not at all. What if it's not about motivation either? What? Yeah. Let's just have a look at that, because this might resonate with you now. You see, when I work with clients, so many of them, a huge percentage, I ask them, why are you here and what do you want? And they say, Paul, because they don't call me Cluffy, because it's professional, Paul, I just want my old me back. And they think, because my old me was a confident version of me, a carefree version of me. And before all this stuff started happening to me. But there's a thing here. We're not meant to go back. We don't drive looking at the rearview mirror all the time. And if you think about it, that old me, that old you, was part of these issues. And the issue of not really getting on. Because it's the old you. And it's entwined. It's got those issues, it's got those beliefs. It's part of the conflict. And you're meant to evolve. You move forward as you. The real you. Yeah. Here's the thing. Because when you're about to grow, something inside, say that again, something inside asks the question, what will I lose if I change? That's the real fear, isn't it? What will I lose if I change? And that part of you that's trying to protect you, the one we talked about, stands to attention. It's there, ready to protect you. So think of this fear of losing. I know I've thought about it too, but the fear of, will I still be me? That's my identity, isn't it? And that's big. That's really big. Will I still be me? Because I've already feel sometimes I've lost the old me. There's my identity gone that way. And if I move, what's going to happen? And things, we lose a bit of certainty now, don't we? Will things be and feel unfamiliar? Of course they bloody do. And that's a stretch if you think about it. We don't grow if we don't stretch. And if we don't stretch into that little bit, into that unknown, it is going to be unfamiliar, isn't it? But if you think about it, in times in the past when you've just stretched yourself without thinking about it, and it has been unfamiliar, but the rewards. There's that other one, that fear of, will people still accept me? That old imposter syndrome. Will I be found out? Will I lose my friends? And then there's quite a big one. There's that feeling of comfort. And the fear is, will I lose what feels safe? Even though it's not great, because it's not a comfort zone, by the way. It's the familiar zone. I'm familiar with all this stuff. And that's that thing, every fear I have about moving on, stretching. Yeah. You see that now? But the thing is, this is the bit that no one tells you. They try to make it pretty complicated, pretty confusing. And in fact, it's really simple because we know here at Personal Development Unplugged, in simplicity, there is genius. You see, you don't resist change because you're lazy. I know that. You wouldn't be here otherwise. You resist change because part of you is trying to keep you safe. That's all. Has that wonderful positive intention. In fact, it's a prime directive of the unconscious mind, which is to keep you safe, to keep you healthy and keep you safe. And this change feels, we said that part of you stands to attention. Trying to keep you safe. That's the reason why we're not changing. So you're not stuck at all. You're just protecting something, even though it's at the unconscious level. And the thing is, when you and your unconscious mind realize this, yay, that's when we release it. So let's just think for a moment. Maybe play for a moment. If that's okay to play with what we're going to do, a little process. So I do want you to find a place where you can be just be okay. And I want you to think just for a moment of that thing you're not doing. That thing that would move you forward and create such a wonderful life for you. Make those wonderful changes. Maybe not be big steps, but little steps making wonderful changes. Just think of that thing that you're not doing that you really want to do, that would move you forward. And gently ask yourself this. If I really did this, what might I lose? That's right. Would I lose certainty? Really? Would I lose being the safe one? Being safe? Would I lose the excuse of not trying? And would I lose who I think I am? And just notice the first thing that pops up. Not the clever answer, but that honest one. That's right, just notice what pops up. Because somewhere in there is a little contract, a little agreement you made with yourself. the part of you created long ago. Part of you that says, I won't change too much because I might lose this. Yeah, just notice that. It's something to realize, to understand, to get a bit of clarity on, I guess. Now, having said all of that, and that's going deep inside now, and that part of you is probably thinking, ooh, bugger. Maybe it will be safer to change because I'm not going to lose that. In fact, I can protect against it. You know, we mitigate for these things. Now, what I do want you to do now, because this is a little bit hypnosis-y, if that's a word, please remember, I'm a therapist, but I'm not your therapist, but this is just imagination of moving into, well, you'll see. I do want you to find a place where you'll be undisturbed, just for a few minutes, where you are able to close your eyes, because I want to take away the distractions. It's not really hypnosis, but it by closing your eyes and going inside does make you feel a little bit that way. And I want you to make sure that you're safe. So when you find that place, let's do a little bit different, something a little bit different. I want you to just close your eyes for a moment. Just close your eyes. And using that wonderful skill of imagination that you have, naturally, imagine in front of you, just below you, and just in front of you is that version of you who's stuck, not moving. Just see them down there. Now, whether you see them in 20/20 vision or just an awareness or anything in between, that's perfect. It's just right. But notice and become aware how they stand. Just notice their posture. And because you know that version of you who's stuck, how are they thinking? How are they thinking? What do they believe about themselves? Yeah, maybe all those things that we've said earlier. Just think about that now. All those things that we've said. Would I lose certainty? Would I lose being safe? Would I lose who I think I am? Would I lose the excuse of not trying? They may be thinking that. And then, as you notice all of that, just look to the side. And over there, I want you to imagine that there's another version of you, yeah. And it's not perfect, because no one is perfect. We've all got the ability to continue to grow and enjoy. They're not superhuman. They're just you. It's another version of you, but with, I don't know, just a little bit more certainty, a little bit more freedom. They just have that little bit more confidence in their competence, their inner strength, their flexibility and awareness. You feel in that feeling that they have. And notice as you become aware of all of that, notice what they have let go of. Maybe the fear, anxiety. Let go of that lack of confidence. They've let go of that feeling of low self-esteem. Yeah. Become aware of all of that. That's the stuff they've let go. because they've got that sense of a little bit more freedom and confidence in their competence, their inner strength, their flexibility, their awareness. Because I want you to notice now, because here's the important bit. They haven't lost who they are. They've just evolved, updated, evolved into the real you. And they're going to continue evolving that real you. They've got dreams, they've got goals, desires that they are moving towards now. They know it's a stretch, a little step into the unknown, but the rewards are so good. And they'll always be safe because you have all your experiences, you have all your resources. Your unconscious mind will always keep you safe, so there's nothing to fear. So as you notice all of that, and I want you to just get ready for a moment, just get ready. Because in a moment I'm going to ask you to step into that version of you. Not all the way into it just yet, but just towards that version of you. So imagine now moving towards that version of you. And notice that version of you becomes, well, stepping towards you. Because you're not becoming anybody else. You're just allowing now more of the real you to show up. There. So as you move slightly towards them now and they move towards you, just notice. Notice where you can begin to show up in your life now. You're not launching something new, you're not speaking. Just think about it. This new you speaking up, committing fully, being there all the time. And as you look back at that other version of you, the one that's been holding you there, what are they holding on to now? Does it feel that bad? Does it feel that it's really serving you? Really? Just think about it now. You're not failing. You're just being a little careful. But now you can really move on. Just move on. And here's the good news. If you're protecting something, you can choose how to do it, what to do with that protection. You get to decide. You could either hold on tighter, or you could just loosen your grip just a little. Because you don't lose yourself when you're growing. You're actually growing into you. In fact, you're gaining everything. You see, all you have to do is let go of what no longer. You don't need to carry that baggage. You don't need to bring anything that you don't need to bring. And that's not scary. That's real freedom. And maybe allow yourself to step fully into that evolved you. And feel. It's really you, isn't it? It is you. But it's a real you that's using all the skills you've amassed over these years, your experiences, your wisdom, life's lessons, So you have that safety now. Yeah. That's right. Now, you can gently open your eyes now, allowing all that integration to happen even while I'm still talking. Because when you stop holding yourself back, you're not just changing your life, are you? You're not. You're becoming that example. Becoming the example of what can be done in the world. Yeah. That's an awesome thing to do just by being you, the real you, and living the life the way you should. In fact, you could say in one way, you're giving others permission to follow your path and follow their path. To let go of their fears that don't really exist, do they, other than in the mind. And when you do that, as I say before, you'll never know how far the ripples of these changes go and affect and infect everyone else in this little old planet Earth. But they do. It's like that butterfly at the other side of the world. Just giving that little flap, creating that ripple, that wind of change. All because you decided to stop protecting the wrong thing, yeah. So let that integration really come so good inside. Notice maybe now that you can have those new beliefs that support you. You can actually understand them. The success of being the real you. The emotions of success of being the real you. And those old questions we ask, what am I afraid of losing now if I really move forward? Think about it now. Changed, yeah? What part of me is trying to protect me now? Yeah, it's okay. Stand at ease. Still there to protect you. We said that's the prime directive of your unconscious mind, to protect you, keep you safe. So you're always going to be safe. Because now you're using all your skills. Because moving forward with fear, that's totally the wrong thing. That is totally unsafe. But using all your senses, your intuition, the skills, that's what keeps you safe. Now just notice what you would gain. Ask yourself the question, what will I gain now? Allowing myself to change now. You're going to gain confidence. You're going to gain more self-esteem. You're going to gain more opportunities. You're going to gain richness in life, in every part of life. And you can ask that very weird question that you never really know the answer to is, who am I becoming? Because it's in the question, who becoming? It's a moving thing. You're evolving. But in this evolution of you, the real you, you're just taking one small step at a time, which is safety. Because every good thing starts with just one step. And all you have to do is take it. That's all. That's all. Feel what it feels like now to imagine taking those wonderful small steps, knowing that you've got all the resources you need. And you'll always be safe. There. If this got you thinking, I'd love to hear what came up for you. I really would. Please email me at feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. And if you know anybody who's stuck, and they won't tell you, but you'll get an idea. Maybe share this with them. It'd be good if you did. Maybe just share your thoughts on the Personal Development Unplugged podcast, an old Cluffy here. It'd be nice if you did that, because if we can get just a little bit of richness in life for everybody, wouldn't that be awesome? Again, it's that ripple effect, that flapping, the butterfly flapping, by sharing this type of information. and letting people do with it what they will. And as always, press that bloody subscribe button. You know the one that's somewhere on that bloody thing you're listening to. And remember, you drive this bus of yours. You're the one driving the bus. You are the bus driver. I'm just here to help you steer it just a little bit smoother. Because you're not stuck, you know. You know you're not bloody stuck. You know, you're just protecting yourself. And maybe it's time just to have another little chat with that part of you and say, stand at ease. It's okay to stand down a minute. Just use awareness. Become aware, because awareness protects me. So talking of standing at ease, how much fun can you stand? Yeah. So as you go along, have more fun than you can stand, because it's time to fly. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.